What's up guys, Bones88 here, and last night, global launch hit for Awaken Chaos Era. I'm so excited. I logged in today, and I get maybe one request in the guild, like every week or something, like it's not very often. There's hundreds of people applying to be in all our guilds, so it's insane. Global launch is crazy. I guarantee there's a lot more people playing than what you think. So welcome to all my iOS family, everyone else who couldn't play it. I'm so glad you're able to now. It's a great game. I'm having a blast with it. I've been playing since closed beta and beyond, but it's great to have you guys. So to celebrate the global launch, I started a new account. We're going to get as far as we can today, spend several hours on it. I'm going to chop this up and make it a beginner video for all the new people coming in. So once again, welcome. I'm really excited to do this, and let's get on it. So right from the get-go, they got you doing the battle, the usual tutorial. If you play these games, you know what to do, right? If you haven't, it's just turn-based, as you see here. You have your specials, your ultimates, your basics, and then when you pick one, you just press the character you want to attack, and there you go. It also works on an elemental system, like fire beats wood, wood beats water, water beats fire. And there's also light and dark characters who have elemental advantage over everyone except themselves. I don't know the stats and everything, but that's how it works. So pretty much if you're going up against water heroes, then you want to take in wood characters. If you're fighting a bunch of fire characters, you want to put in water characters because they're going to add extra damage because it has that elemental advantage. So that's a pretty cool system. I've always enjoyed it. I've never had much flaws with it. All I have unlocked here is adventures, so you just have to keep progressing in this for a while, and you keep unlocking different things. Also in the tutorial, they'll show you how to level up characters and all that, and I'll show you that. But at the same time, I have lots of videos helping out beginners level up characters, things that you didn't know about the game. So I'm not going to get too in-depth on some of the stuff that I've already made videos on. I do recommend coming to my channel, XMG's channel. We have very, very informative stuff that we put out while this was in soft launch the last month or so. So alright, we're just going to keep going with campaign, and you just move along and beat these, and you progress to get good resources and all that good stuff. So see, this is the elemental chart. You can pull it up at any time. So as you can see up at the top, auto is on lock, and the button that makes battles go faster is also locked. You will unlock those as you progress through the campaign, but they're just trying to teach you things right at first, so it's going to be a little slow at first. You know, you got to level people up. You don't have any resources, but it's such a great game that it won't even bother you. Alright, so this is going to teach you how to level up. Once again, I'm not going to get in depth in this because I have a video. It's called like Beginner's Guide to Leveling Up. It delves into everything you need to know, and I'm not just going to get back into that because it's going to take way too long. But of course, you can just upgrade by doing this. Oh, we can't forget. See, we only have this experience jelly is what you use up to upgrade people, so you got to watch that. And I almost used it all up, but we got to go work on Celine. And this stuff will go fast. The higher up you go, the more it uses. So once you get past level 40, that's when things start getting kind of crazy. So we have gear. Gear is probably 70% of your character. You want to make sure you put the right kind of gear on them. Right now it doesn't matter, but you have sets. Sometimes it requires 2 sets. See the sword in the corner? That's a warrior set. And see where it says 3 out of 2? You need 2 pieces to make a set. Some of them's 4, so you just have to pay attention to that. You got to read to see what they do. Once again, I'm not going to get too much into that. But right now, we're beginning. We just need some gear on. Okay, they're nice and leveled up. So let's continue our adventure. And this is going to go on for a while. Once you get to about chapter 4, you've unlocked most everything. Not everything, but you want to try to get to chapter 4 pretty quickly. So you unlock all the features and all that good stuff. So, when you work on all kinds of things in this game, you unlock certain missions that reward you, and very good rewards. One of them is being the foodie guide. You can go through and see what's coming up and what you're going to have to work on, but there's just all kinds of stuff. Well, it's wanting me to do this, but you really want to work on your foodie guide, especially when you're a beginner, and get as far as you can because there's such good resources. It's just so helpful in the beginning. Alright, this is the funnest part of the whole entire game. Summoning. It's just fun. What you do is you're summoning for heroes. This is where you get new heroes. So you click on the dragon here, go to the summon area. So, just real quickly explained, if you want to get the really good characters, you want these golden ancient summons. If you just want crappy characters for food, sometimes you'll get good elites. And just so you'll know, elites are mid-tier characters, but there are some really good ones that even can do things that epics can't. So just know that, don't get rid of all your elites when you get them. And elites are blue characters. So we only have one, and you get a free one every day. You get a free golden one. Let's see, let's hit something good. It's probably the same thing every time, isn't it? Is it Kane? Yep. So when you're beginning, it's not RNG, it's guaranteed Kane. But it is complete RNG after this. Like, you could get something crappy, you could get something amazing. It's really fun to do, though. How about a cool name for the squad, okay? How about Cruel Satisfier? Cruel Satisfier? Bones free to play it is, then. Alright, so you can enhance weapons, and that's what they're showing. So you want to collect these crystals. You're able to do that in the endless trial, but you have to unlock that later on in the game. So that's why you just want to progress in campaigns as much as you possibly can, because there's so many modes that you can't even access until like chapter 5 of the campaigns. It's easily to be done, but at first it's a kind of a challenge because you're building your roster up, you're building up your resources, and so it's a little bit of a challenge, but it's not bad. It's more time consuming than it is hard. So leveling up weapons, you just select the charm, and as you see, this bar goes up, and I'm going to go up +1 levels there. We'll do it one more time. If it levels us, no it won't, so enhance. There we go. Alright, so now, as you can see up here, they've unlocked auto. This is what you're going to be doing 98% of the time. There's some modes that requires you to manual stuff, and that's awesome. They should. But for the most part, when you're doing campaigns, if you're not autoing it, then that's not a good thing, because once you get towards the end game, you're just going to be farming these nodes over and over again. So you want to be able to have a team that can beat it without you being there and making sure they don't die. Now, other modes are way harder. You have to manual it. That's just how they want you to do it. But alright, so we just unlocked spells. Spells are really cool. As you progress in campaigns, you unlock more spells. Some are good for dungeons, some are good for campaigns, some are good for bosses. It's just all about what you're going up against, right? So, we only have one, and this damages all enemies. Damage scales with the sum of all team members. This attack cannot trigger any subsequent ability. This isn't my favorite, but it's all we got right now. And you'll be able to do 2 eventually. Alright, no matter what, you will always get a Zachary. He's one of your starter characters. This man is an insane beginner player. I hear people still using him in the end game. He fell off for me, but it doesn't matter. This is the guy you put all your resources into first. He is insane. When you kill somebody, he takes another turn. He has a great attack, and he just has a great AoE. I can't say enough about this guy. He's one of the best elites in the game. Starting out, take him to at least 50 when you can. So even though I can't take him very high, any experience I get or anything like that is going straight to Zachary. He's going to carry the team for a while. So you want to get as many attack stuff as you can on him. A big tip is, see manage gear underneath your gear, click that, and it's much better to handle. As you can see, you click something and it fills up here. Well, this is what you want to put on your character. This is what's actually on your character over here. So if you come over here and click change, it will put it on the character for you. It's so easy. It's such a great quality of life. Do this instead of like the other way. It's complicated. But yeah, you want as much attack on him as you can. So attack sets. Here's some crit rate on the secondary. Well, if you have a great attacker, you want them critting as much as you can. So, okay, so I just want to say real quick, go to market. And starting out, you won't have a lot of gold, but start buying stuff as soon as you can out of here, because there's great resources, and it just helps you out a lot. See, I already spent all my gold. I should have paid attention. I just started buying stuff. But you will eventually level up in your shop. As you see up here, it says shop level 1. the higher in level you go, the better stuff that unlocks. And you get some really good stuff eventually. And you don't have to buy stuff, I guess. I thought you did. But as you see here, it says Clear Adventure 4-1 to unlock level 2. Clear Adventure 8-1 to unlock level 3. So once again, your main goal should be getting through the campaign and getting as far as you possibly can. You're going to get stuck at times. You just got to be patient. You know, level up your characters, grind a little bit. Grind the nodes behind what you're stuck on. Get your characters more experience. You know, do all you can to work on them, and eventually they will overcome that. Because normal campaign is pretty easy. Okay, so we have beat Chapter 1. Once you beat all 8 nodes in a chapter, you move on to the next one. Of course, they get harder, all that good stuff. Okay, it's hard to see though. If you see an orange exclamation mark, click on it. And it's covered up sometimes, but look down here in the corner. It says chapter details. You get rewarded a one-time reward for beating the entire thing. And see, I got some food tickets, some pumpkins, diamonds. That's valuable. And every chapter section does that. So make sure you're checking that out, looking out for that. Also, every chapter has a special mission. I'm not going to get into that. There's lots of videos on how to beat them. It's just another mission that gives you some pretty good rewards. And you might not be able to beat it right away. So come back to it if you can't. It's not that important, but you do want to eventually beat it. So every time you do a battle, you passively gain experience. But I want to say that it's not like Raid. That's not the best way to go about getting experience and leveling up your characters. You will want to spend the experience cubes like we did in the main menu and level them up that way. Okay, so we got to the point where we can unlock the guild. You can either make yourself a guild or you can join a guild. So if you look here, there's just a bunch of guilds that you can join. Some are invite only, some are anyone can join. I mean, you'll find that there's a lot of anyone can join. There's a lot of new guilds. But if you would like to join our guild alliance is the Bones Thugs. I am opening up a 4th one right now. If we fill this one up, we can build a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, however many we need to do it. We will get you in. The only thing that I ask is that you join our Discord and say hi and say, hey, I would like to join. I'm not just going to add anybody. So just do the little extra effort, join the Discord, say hello, and we will most definitely get you in somewhere. We're all great people, very friendly. We're laid back. There's really nothing in the game that has to be done as a guild. So just hit us up and we'll get you in. So let's make a new one, boys. Here we go. Alright, so while we're here, we just made Bones Thugs 4. Come by and apply. We'll try to get you in. But there's not much to do with your guild, but there is a few things. So you have quests. If you want to help your guildmates out and get some really good rewards, go to quests here and see what you have to do. You know, like get together with your guildmates and say, hey guys, go and do Roaring Tulpa Stage 2 so we can get this done, right? You get some really good rewards if you guys work together and do that. Now, we don't enforce that or anything, but it's something that as a guild you should do. And then the only other thing is this battle here. You don't really work with your guild, but it's a guild battle and you get amazing rewards with this. So you just go in here and take this guy on. Really, it just comes down to putting your best characters in, and you want them to survive as long as you can, do the most damage you can, right? Well, this is all we have. These are our beginning characters, so now there are strategies to it, so don't get me wrong. I'm just giving you the basic how it works, because I think it's every week it changes infinities, elements. So you might have a fire version one week and then the water the next, so your strategies do change. But for the most part, your characters will stay the same. You want some characters who keep healing, who keep taking debuffs off of your team. You want, there's a good Mary, she's a good elite who puts invincible on your team. You just want them to survive as long as possible, but all at the same time doing as much damage as possible. But when you're first starting out, you're not going to be able to do crap to it, so don't worry about it. But do make sure you do them every single day. And when it comes to these like single bosses, you kind of want characters who do single DPS, single damage to a single target. It seems like AoE characters are really good for waves or crowds like in campaigns and stuff. because they do huge AoEs, right? But when you're doing AoEs to one person, it doesn't do as much usually because AoEs hit for less. So just remember that in the future. Like, usually single target damage characters are good for bosses. Big AoE nukers are good for campaigns and stuff. That's what's cool about this game is the same team isn't going to beat all the content. There's a lot of strategy involved in all of it. Every mode takes a different strategy. So just remember that also, because eventually you want to broaden your roster where you can do all modes really well. But it's going to take a long time and a lot of patience. So every day you have daily quests. This is in your quest page. Make sure you're doing, at the very minimum, logging in and doing these daily quests, and it takes about 15 minutes. It does not take long. But make sure you're doing all these. I'm not able to open them yet because I have to advance in campaign. That's why it's important to get through it as much as you can the first day. But if you don't know what to do and it's unlocked, click on it and it takes you straight to this screen, so it's helping you out. Like, you don't have to figure it out on your own. And so it said it wants me to promote a hero. Well, I'm about to show you how to do that. This is very important. If you have a character you want to level up, like look right now, he's 2 stars. Well, I can only go up to level 20. Well, how do I go to level 30? Click promote when you max him out where he's at, and you have to sacrifice a two-star heroes to take him to 3. So let's use these pumpkins we got, right? We promote him, so we got our daily right there by doing that. But now he's 3 stars. Let's see if we can take him to 30. We can't. Okay, whenever I get him to 30 and he's maxed out, we're now going to have to use 3-star characters to sacrifice to take him to 4. Okay, well now he's level 4. Well, now it just gets harder every time. Now you need 4-star characters to take him to 5. He gets to level 50. Now you got to take 5-star characters and take him to 6. 6 is the max. And if you want more in-depth knowledge and the best, most efficient way to do that, go check out my channel. I have a beginner's guide for leveling, and it's very helpful, and I recommend it a lot. I'm not going to get too much more in-depth about it, though. Okay, another quick tip I forgot to say. Whenever you're doing any battles, you get experience, right? It doesn't matter where you're at, you're getting some kind of experience. Okay, well, you should always have an experience cube. Look right here. For 150 crystals, which isn't much, that's not that much for this, you're getting a double experience card, and it lasts for 6 hours. You should always have one of these going. Well, you say, well, what if I only want to play for 20 minutes? Well, I just wasted my 150. No, that's not. Check this out. So I'm going to buy one. Another thing is like, okay, well, where's it at, right? Like, how do I make it go? Click on your backpack. There's stuff in here that you might not know you have. So always check your backpack. Because when I first started it, I didn't realize everything that was kept in this, and it didn't really tell me. So there's my cube. I go there, and I click use. Let's say I played for 30 minutes. I grinded. I got some good experience. What do I do now? Well, look up here at the very top of this potion bottle. It says bonuses. Right here at the bottom, there's your potion right there. And it's telling you how much time you have left. Check this out. So you're logging out. You're not going to play for a while. Click this, and it turns it off. You're no longer losing time. So you can log back in and click this and turn it back on. And now you can continue getting double experience again. So when you go to quit your game for a while, make sure that your experience potion is turned off. And like I said, make sure you have one all the time when you're playing this game, because it doubles your experience, and it's doubling the time that you can build up a character, and it's halving the time that it takes to get some good characters up to where you want them. So make sure you're using these, and make sure you're turning them off after you're done with them. Alright, so let's keep going to adventure, boys and gals. Gals and goons. We want to get to that rookie summon. Okay, so I got to the point in campaign where it unlocked dungeons. There's lots of dungeons that you have to eventually unlock. We haven't got to that point, but the first one is No Man's Land. This is the place where you're going to be able to farm the resources needed to level up your character's abilities. This is very important. Leveling up characters' abilities is just as important as leveling up somewhere else. You want to get this done. So in order to know which one to farm, what element are they? Are they the light element? And this is where you want to go. Are they the dark element and the shadow catchment? Water, wrathful flood. If they're fire, Flame Lizard, and if they're wood, Bane Wraith. An easy way to do that is go to your heroes. Let's say we want to work on Zac, right? Click on ability down here, and it shows you how many gems and what gems you need. If you have an elite, it's the easiest way to do it. There's 3 tiers of ability materials you need. If you have a legendary, you need the 2nd and 3rd tier, the highest tier, to unlock their abilities. It's harder. If you have an epic, it's not as hard, but you still need the 2nd tier resource and the 1st tier. And as you can see here, Zac's an elite, and it's the easiest. So click on the element that he needs. We have 0 out of 20, and it says, you know, fire gem. That's how you know you need to do the fire dungeon. Click on dungeon, it takes you straight to this. Well, the fire dungeon, the Flame Lizard, isn't open for another 8 hours. So you're gonna have to sit there and wait. So you might as well just wait and go do something else, right? But that's the thing, is every day there's 2 different ones that are open. I think one day out of the week, all of them are open. But you just kind of have to plan your days ahead and see where they're at and what you want to farm. But that's where you get all your abilities. Don't sleep on it. Make sure it's one of the things you focus on when you're trying to level up a character and make them as powerful as possible. Okay, and another thing about this game is it's just insane amounts of achievements and quests, and they're all scattered everywhere. I wish they were kind of more in one place. But just like look over on the side, there's rookie events, there's events that you have to do. Some events you have to spend energy, some events you have to promote characters, some you have to level gear or collect gear. There's always a different event going on, so make sure you're checking that out. And there's just achievements everywhere. So as you see here, like there's challenge quests in this tab. And if you look around and read, it gives you like little missions to do. And if you complete them, then they give you rewards. So make sure you're not sleeping on this either. Always be checking it out, be looking out for it. You know, there's a quest tab with your weekly quests that you can do to get rewards. There's achievements. If you do these achievements, you get these rewards. And there's so many things you could be working towards. So make sure you're checking those out. If you're kind of stuck and don't have much to do, come check out these quests and all that are scattered everywhere, which drives me nuts. And just make sure you're working towards them, because it gives you more resources to make you even better. Alright, so we unlocked another spell. So let's slap that on there. I like this one a lot. I use it a lot. Not so much towards in-game, but when you're first starting out, it's a pretty good one. Especially when you don't have a lot of healers. Alright, so we are at 2-8 on the campaigns. If you see here, it says clear 2-8 to unlock a rookie summons. We're going to beat this, and you'll see what that's about. Alright, so we beat the mission, 2-8, and we are now able to do our rookie summoning. This is the funnest thing about being a beginner. I can't wait to do this. This is awesome. So what's happening is they're giving a group of five characters that you can pick from. There's going to be legendaries, there's going to be epics. It's really cool. And I'll kind of steer you in the right direction of who to go for and who not to. So let's click summon. Hey, let's go. Come on, baby. Legendary. Hydricia. Right from the get-go, I've won. Okay, Hydricia is amazing. If you get Hydricia, I don't know if she's going to be the best pick, but she's one of the best. She is amazing. I'm so excited. I don't even have Hydricia in my other account. So next up, Windstrex. Windstrex is amazing, and so is Joseph. He's a great elite. I'm not going to pick Windstrex because she's not important enough at this point to help me out. She is amazing. So if you get a Windstrex, don't think she's not. She can do a lot of good things, like resetting characters' cooldowns. Next up. Oh, I just saw I had Auroch. Okay, my bad. Auroch was also amazing. I just realized that he was over there. He is very, very good too. So that's not a bad choice there. You got an attacker and a great support champion. And look who it is, Mythesia. I will not be picking Mythesia. Don't get me wrong, Mythesia is awesome. I just feel like healers are more for in-game, mid-game, than for beginners. She's the only character in the game who can revive. So don't get me wrong, she's a great character. If you have her, she's good. But I don't think she's who you should go for right from the get-go. Moving on. So far, Hydricia is the best character we've seen. Alright, we have Gajar and Edicris. I think Edicris is good. I think Gajar has a really good kit. but from talking to everyone, and I've started leveling Gajar up, everyone said I was stupid for doing it, okay? So I don't think this is a very good pull. Edicris is okay at the most. He's not someone that you want to start out with. So that wasn't too great, in my opinion. Alright, I think this is the last one. Valeria. Valeria is a great starter character to go with, but she's not better than Hydrisia. Now that we've picked all 5, I'm telling you, you might get someone completely different. You might get some crap characters more than any good ones. You might get a terrible pull, okay? And I'll show you here in a second. You can re-roll your account. If you want to take the time to go through the tutorial again, you can re-roll your account 1,000 times over until you get that right character. Do I suggest doing that? No. But there's a lot of people that don't mind taking the time and doing it over and over again until they get some great RNG. I'm the kind of guy who just plays the cards they were dealt, right? So I'm just going to pick. But I got a great roll here. Valeria is worth you picking if you have her. But if you get a Hydrisia, pick her first. Like, she's one of the best starting characters in the game, and she'll help you into the end game. She's an amazing character. So if you get a Hydrisia, there's not very many other characters that you'd want to pick over her. Valeria is a great character, though. If you get her and don't have a Hydrisia, go for Valeria. She's great. So reviewing what we pulled. Hydrisia, I guarantee I'm going for her. Winstrex and Auroch, that's actually maybe a better value than what Hydrisia is, because you're getting a legendary character, and when you're beginning out, it's not going to be easy to get all her abilities up, right? It's not going to be easy to do anything for her because she's a legendary character and it's harder to level them up. So this might be the most efficient and smartest move, is going for Auroch and Winstrex. Auroch's a great character. And he's fire. It's hard to get a fire champion in this game. Winstrex is amazing. She's only support, but she does a lot. She gets some buffs up on you that are very essential to help you out, and she can reduce your ultimate's cooldown. I'm going to say, this is what you should do. You should pick this, but the hero collector in me, and I haven't had Hydrisia yet, I absolutely love her, and I have to pick her. But the most efficient and best choice, I would say, is 2 epics, because epics aren't as hard to level up, to max out. Legendaries are. This is the most efficient way, and you should pick this, but I'm not going to. The other ones was Mythesia. She's a good legendary, not worth it. I would not pick her. Gajar and Edicris is mediocre. This is not a very good pull, and I would stay away from them. And then 5th, Valeria is great. She's a great damage dealer. She is a little squishy, and so overall the first 2 were the best. I'm picking Hydrisia, but you should pick number 2, Winstrex and Auroch. Alright, to re-roll your account, if you didn't like your rookie summons or you just want to completely start over for whatever reason, if you click up here in the corner and go down to settings, this pops up, and go down to account and look down here at the very bottom, and you will see data reset. You click that, it resets your entire account, and you will have to go through everything again, tutorial and everything, just so you know that. But it is an option. It's a pretty cool option. Not a lot of games do that, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, so we're going to go back to the character screen and check out what we got going on here, right? We had our starter characters, but now we pulled a huge legendary and other characters, so we want to change our stuff out. We already are taking characters out. We had a little discussion in chat, and all 4 of these are decent characters, okay? But in my opinion, I feel like Evelyn is the weakest. So now we're going to replace Hydrisia with where Evelyn is, right? I'm not a fan of Kane, and I'm not a fan of Celine, but these 2 are better. So as you can see, I have a Nathalia here. She is maybe one of the best attackers in the entire game. She's an epic, I know, but she's an epic and legendary skin. I got her through an email for playing right now. I don't know if this is going to be forever or just a limited time, so I'm not going to include her in this guide. But if you have Nathalia, I would put her there. So now I have Zachary, Hydrisia, Nathalia, and Kane. But for beginner video's sake, I'm not including Nathalia until later on. So let's just say we have Hydrisia. Right from the get-go, she's getting put in the team. Even if you don't have her abilities all the way up, she's still amazing. You want to have her in your comp all the time, because she's now your best character you have, right? So let's take her up as much as we can. It might not be much, but she's going to help you right now advance a whole lot. Alright, so we got to the point in the campaign where we unlocked the magic pass. The Magic Pass is really cool. So you can either play it for free, or you can pay $10 and get more resources out of it, right? As you see here, if you buy the Magic Pass for $10 for 1 month, you unlock a legendary character every month. Every month it's someone different. Last month it was Tia. The month before that it was Blackhorn. It's always someone really good. And as you see here, the new one is Brand. I don't have Brand in any of my accounts, but I'm telling you, he is awesome. He's really cool, and they put some really good characters in these. But you have to buy it. If you don't, you just get the free rewards up here, as you can see, right? And you can scroll, and they go on forever. If you pay the $10, you get all the free rewards and the elite rewards down here. And I'm telling you, it's the best value in the game. You're getting $100 to $200 worth of stuff for $10. The thing is, you just have to wait throughout the month, right? But there's a possibility you don't get all these if you don't complete the whole entire thing. As you level up in the Magic Pass, you unlock rewards. As you can see, I think there's 50 levels? Yes. And in order to get these levels, you have to grind. Using those experience cubes gives you more experience, which makes it so that you go through this pass even faster. So one really good strategy is to make sure you get it all done and then go and pay for it. If you're able to put any money into it, this is what you buy. Such a great value. I can't recommend it enough. I don't like to put money towards games like this, but I buy this battle pass every month because it's so good. Just Brand alone is worth $10, not to mention all this other stuff. So check this out, kind of get familiar with it. Also, you know, just remember that if you can't beat it, there's this up here. Click this plus icon, and you can pay gems to level up in it. That's really cool. Does it suck you have to pay gems to do it? Yes, but this is really actually a very friendly way of letting you finish it. Because some people just don't have the time, right? So just with 400 gems, I can buy 8 levels. That's pretty good. And it shows you what you get. Now this is just free because I haven't bought it, right? If I had bought it, there's a lot more stuff that appears on here. So if you're willing to pay 10 bucks, don't go out and eat one time this month, and that's $10. This is what you buy. Very great value. I can't say enough about it. Just make sure you check it out and at least give it some thought. And one more thing is you get 30 days to do this. So if you play every single day, you shouldn't have to spend the gems to level up. But you also got to remember, use those double experience cubes, because the more experience you get in the game, the more you level up in this Magic Pass. Alright, so we did a couple more battles, and now Arena is unlocked. Arena, in my opinion, is... I neglect it way more than I should, right? There's a lot of... It's tied to a lot of good resources, and also it's the only PvP mode in the entire game. So that's very interesting when it comes to that. But there's a lot of rewards tied to it. So like here, it's having me click on Glory Path. The more you progress in Arena, the more you get these rewards. Now I want you to realize that they're one-time rewards. It's not letting me do it right now because it's wanting me to do something else, but you know, it just goes on forever. So you want to really try to progress as much as you can all the time to get these one-time rewards. Once you complete it, I wouldn't even really have a reason to do Arena. But Arena does pay you in, gives you like energy, and energy is one of the biggest bottlenecks in the game. That's kind of sad because wouldn't you want your players to play it more? But it's really hard to get energy in this, and this is one way to do it. Also, if you click on this training tab, I recommend you do this every day. It gives you 50 crystals, and when you start getting to the end game, resources aren't as awesome as they were when you first started, because most of these things are one-time rewards. You get them once. So it feels great when you're playing. If you know you're balling, you're opening summons out the butt and buying stuff like it ain't nothing. Eventually those rewards go away, and then you're stuck with what you grind every single day. The sooner you start getting into the habit of grinding these every single day, that's 50 crystals. That's the most precious resource in the entire game. So make sure you're doing that too. I'm not going to go combat in this right now for the video, but you just challenge and it's other players. It's pretty hard, to be honest. Once you barely climb up and you start facing really hard people. But it's Arena. It's the same thing in any hero collector. You fight other characters, you get a little bit of rewards. It's probably my least favorite mode, but it's still necessary. You should always farm it every day and do everything that comes in there. Kind of look into other stuff, but you know, this is a basic guide. I'm not going to get too in depth about it. Alright, so I just finished Chapter 3, Level 6, and it's unlocked many things that we want to go over real quick, and this should be the end of the video, because everything else is just, you know, in-depth, more in-game kind of stuff that you can go watch other videos on, or come to people's Discords and ask them questions. So this is pretty much the end of it. So first off, we unlock something called Covenants. Covenants have characters that are easy to get free to play. So what Covenants are is you can unlock characters, as you see over here on the left, by completing achievements. So right here we have Connor. First of all, I want to say, when you get Connor, he is phenomenal. He should be replacing your Kane or somebody. He should be your fourth, because he's such a great elite. He's almost a legendary in disguise. Like, he's that good. He's an attacker, a support, and a healer. He will get you through so much stuff, even in the end game. So as soon as you get this guy going, take him up as high as you can and get him into your team as fast as you can. So he's almost a given right here. So as you see, I beat stage 3-4, so I've completed that. The only thing you need to do to get him is to clear any stage in No Man's Land 3 times. So you go to that dungeon, the one that unlocks abilities, and do 3 of those stages. It could be level 1 if you want, and he will unlock for you, and he's yours. I'm not going to do that on this video, but I will do it off screen. Next up, you have Illyria. Illyria is a little bit harder, but if you're just grinding away every day, you complete her achievements almost passively. The only hard thing to do is clear a Tulpa dungeon, and you're able to borrow support heroes, and I'll show you that here in a second. You just borrow herself, someone else who has him, and go against Tulpa in stage 7, and you'll win it almost every time. It's very easy. But you know, I'm not going to get too into it. There's another video that I do about this. Go check that out on my channel. But just know Covenants allow you to unlock very good characters by just unlocking achievements. Alright, so I had to switch over to my main account to show this off. But so eventually you will unlock Endless Trial. Endless Trial is awesome. It's probably the last mode you unlock, but it's the funnest mode there is, right? So you'll start out at level 20 and then move up to 30, 40, 50, 60. It gets pretty tough. Right now I'm farming level 60. So you go here, you hit select, you pick the level you want, and you get 48 hours to beat this. As you can see, inside the level, you have 3 areas you have to defeat as it goes on. So hit enter. Now I have videos getting into this, tips and all that. Go check out my channel once again. So I'm not going to get too deep into this. I'm just going to explain it. But each square is a battle or a level. Like let's say right here. So this is really cool. Every time you win a battle, you get an artifact. You kind of have to sit here and think. Some are way better than others. You kind of have to know. You got to have some tips about it. But every time you get one, it adds a bonus to the next battle. And you keep them throughout the whole entire thing. They never go away. So grants 1 bonus turn upon killing an enemy. That's huge. So that will help us out a lot. There's different icons out in the thing. As you can see a purse. You see these cubes. They all do different things. You got to play it. You got to experience it to know what everything does. Now, if you attack a person, there's an enemy. You attack it. You hit enter. You do a normal attack. After every attack, you get an artifact. So sometimes you want to attack as much as you can, so you're stacking artifacts. So let's say I go to recruit, which is a really cool thing. If you want to try out characters that you don't know about, you can recruit characters temporarily to help you throughout the mode. You can't get them anywhere else, but in this mode you get them, right? You can do that, but just think, that's 1 less artifact you got because you recruited somebody. When you're first starting out, I would recruit them, mess around and see what's going on. After a while, you know what to do, and you don't really want to recruit anyone. You also have such a great roster. And really, you want to stack as many artifacts as you can, because every level is going to get harder. There's 3 levels. Every time it gets a little bit more tough. You can back out, but just know, if someone dies, and you still continue on with the mission and it's over with, that person's dead. There are rare times where you can revive them. If you see this statue right here, if you go to the statue, it will revive a character. But just know that whatever you ended with, they're gone. But you are able to back out and keep your characters and retry again. If you can't beat a certain node, I would suggest manualing it. But yeah, for more tips and tricks and help with this, go check out some YouTube videos. Come in and ask us in the Discord. But that's it in a nutshell. It's by far the funnest mode in the game, and I have a blast playing it every time. So next up is Arcane Dominator. This is the way it's set up is very similar to how No Man's Land is for farming ability gems, but this is for gear. Now I want to say right from the get-go that I'm not farming this, and I've been playing for 2.5 months. I'm not worried about it. I'll get there eventually, but this was more in-game for whenever you want to get to the very next level, take your team to the next level, and you want to find 5 or 6 star gear. But I'm telling you, these are really, really hard. You do not need to worry about these in the beginning. Unlock it, mess around, see what you can do, but you're not going to get very far. You're going to get to the 5th level, maybe at the most. Look here, like there's 12 levels, and I can't get past stage 7 on here. They're very hard. Don't beat yourself up about it if you can't get past it. You don't really need amazing gear at the start. Just get through campaigns. That's what you're trying to do. But still, this unlocks eventually, and it is essential in the end game, but not in the beginning. Moving on, we have the usual tower mode, right? That all games have. You defeat a character and you move up. There are 3 levels. You have normal, hard, and then I think this is mythic. I'm pretty sure. I haven't unlocked it yet. This is another mode that you can't beat yourself up about not beating it. This has taken me several months to just beat it. There's 100 levels per difficulty, and it's tough. This is probably one of those that you have to manual and get up through. It gets hard. Even for me, I barely beat level 100 on normal. Don't beat yourself up if you can't get through it. It's not that essential, but there are great rewards, and you should do your best to progress in it, but it's not going to hinder you in any way if you don't. Alright, next up, we have Bounty Hunt. Bounty Hunt is very similar to Tower. It's almost set up the same way. It's just you don't see a tower there. You progress in stages, and they get harder and harder, but they have great rewards. You are only able to do 5 a day. Once again, don't beat yourself up about it if you can't get through it. It's just something as your roster grows and you get better, you're able to progress more. I've been playing for months and I'm only able to get to stage 67. A lot of people are stuck around here. It's not just you. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just do your best and yeah, keep on pushing. And lastly, we have Dispatch. This is one of my favorite modes, and you don't do anything. It's just passive, right? What it is, see, I have to collect on mine, so I'll show you here. Let me collect them, and I'll show you. So essentially what this is you click on a card, and you disperse your characters. The more you have, the easier you can have a success rate. If you don't have much, then your success rate isn't going to be great, right? The best thing you can do is hit quick select here. But see, it says 150% success rate. The higher the percentages, the more resources you'll get back. But you also want to make sure you have plenty of characters for all the other ones, because there's 5 or 6. So what I do is I take a couple back, and I'm still having a 100% success rate. So I'm doing that, I hit deploy. It's gone for 12 hours. When it comes back, you'll be able to get resources from it right here, as long as it was successful. 100% above will make sure it's successful. If it's 80, 70, 60%, you're not guaranteed to get it, and you just won't get anything. But as you can see here, you get some resources, and you just do this every day. And so I'm going to get all my rewards, and then go back and disperse everybody, and that's it. It's just a passive farming. It's free stuff. You can't complain about it, right? So this being my main account, I've already maxed it out, but you can level up your stuff to get better things, more success rate. Like this right here is the initial success. So I have a better chance of having success the more I level this up. This one is initial time. So the more you level these up, the less time it takes for them to come back. And this one is you get more gold the more you level up. So it's just passive. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really to it. You just dispatch people, you collect your stuff, you level up, and there you go. Alright, one more thing I want to mention and we are done. It's already going on longer than I expected, but this is very important. As a beginner especially, even in in-game, we have to borrow characters. So I mentioned earlier you can borrow a character, right? You can't get over this stage, and your squad's not good enough. Well, maybe someone has one that is good enough. Well, how do you do that? Well, look down here. Well, I gotta move my face. Hold on. Alright, in the bottom left corner, it says Support Hero. Click on that, And this is all the people in your friends list have a character they can share. And, you know, the more seasoned the player, the better characters they're going to have. But you're able to borrow characters that might be able to help you through the match. It's not always going to work, okay? Not always. But it helps me tremendously in the end game even. And there's things I could have never got past without support characters. Now, understand that not every mode allows you to do support characters. Only some. So, but this is such a great tip to know, and it's just very helpful. So real quick, I want to show you how to set a support character so other people can borrow your character. So click on your face here, your little icon up here, and you see right here it says support hero, and there's a gigantic picture. I need to change mine actually. So if someone says, hey, can you put in your so-and-so, you just go to the screen and pick them. If I want to put Imogen in there, I pick her, and she's now my support hero. People can see her and use her. I'm probably going to do Molehex because he's my best character. And so now, like I just said, people can use Molehex. Alright, that's it guys. That's my beginner's guide for Awaken Chaos Era. I hope it was very helpful for you. I'm so glad that the influx of people and all you beginners are here. I'm always here to help. If you need anything, come by the Discord. We're so many people there to help. So many knowledgeable people. And it's just a great community to be in. And hopefully you guys come by. If you need some guild to be in, come by the Discord. We'll get you into one, I promise. With that being said, I appreciate all the support I've gotten. It's great to have you all here. And let's make this a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.